What up guys, Joachim here, and this video I am going to be recording John, the first verse, beginning with the Gospel of John in Koine Greek, or Kini Greek. And I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've been wanting to learn some Greek and study the Greek, at least the Greek New Testament. And I decided that I've done a few verses already. Just every day I'm doing one verse for chapter 1. And then once I get to chapter 2, I'll start doing 2 verses per day. And I follow a format that was made by Luca Lamperialo, or something like that. I can't remember how to pronounce his last name, but he's a linguist, speaks a lot of languages, and he recommends following this pattern of learning languages where you basically learn one new lesson per day. He's not a Bible guy, so it's not like biblical languages, but I think the same concept applies where you kind of translate back and forth between the languages, and then you review a little from what you did the previous day, you learn some new information that day, and then you kind of take a little bit of a look at what you're going to do the next day. And that's basically the format that I'm following, and basically this video series is just going to be allowing you guys to join with me. It's just something else I'm doing on my channel. So if you're interested in starting to learn Biblical Greek, or you have a little bit of information, then this is probably a good way to do it. I think it would be a good idea, if you haven't done so already, to learn the alphabet. So basically with the Greek alphabet, all that I did was write it out maybe like a dozen times or so, and write like the English equivalent in letters, which you can just find on Google or something. What I'm going to be using in this video is what's called an interlinear Bible. It's a free Bible that's on Bible Hub on the internet. You can find other ones on the internet for free. So it gives you like a basic pronunciation. You can look at other pronunciations, because I'm definitely not a Greek speaker. So you might want to like look at other people that actually speak Greek and listen to translations of it. I think that's a good idea. Other things that you could do, this is Kini or Koine Greek, the common language of Greek. Modern Greek is a little bit different because it has a lot of Turkish influence on it, and it just has a lot of modern words that didn't exist in biblical times. So the two languages are the same language, but there is some differences, and as much as English compared to Shakespearean English is a little bit different, modern Greek compared to Greek 2,000 years ago, or even just 1,000 years ago, is fairly different. So without further ado, the pattern that I'll be following for each verse as we go through chapter 1, and then adding in 2 verses per day for chapter 2, 3 for chapter 3, and so on. As we learn more Greek throughout this series, we'll be able to learn greater amounts of information per day. So the basic pattern will be kind of like what I described before, though. We'll go through, I'll read the verse, and then we will break down each word, then we'll break down a few phrases, and then finally we will read the verse again at the end a couple of times, trying to make sure that we understand it. Likely we won't understand the whole thing, but we'll definitely learn more each day, and the goal is just to continue to improve each day. So, beginning in John chapter 1, verse 1 in the Greek Bible, I'll post it up on the screen. It says, "In archi ino logos, ke o logos, in proston theon, ke theos ino logos." In means in, or in the. In. Archi, beginning. Archi, beginning. Enarchi, in the beginning. Enarchi, in the beginning. Enarchi, in the beginning. In was. In was. In was. O logos, the word. O logos, the word. O logos, the word. Ke, and. and, que, and, que o logos, and the word. Proston, with, or towards. Proston, with, or towards. Proston, with, or towards. Theon, God. Theon, God. Theon, God. Enarchy, in the beginning. Enarchy, in the beginning. Enarchy, in the beginning. Enologos was the word. Enologos was the word. Enologos was the word. Que theos enologos, and God was the word. Que theos enologos, and God was the word. Que theos enologos, and God was the word. Enarchy enologos, que o logos in proston theon, que theos in o logos. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and God was the Word. Enarchy in o logos, que o logos in proston theon, que theos in o logos. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and God was the Word. Enarchy in o logos, que o logos in proston theon, que theos in o logos. Enarchy in o logos, que o logos in proston theon, que theos in o logos. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and God was the Word. Enarchy, in the beginning, in o logos was the Word, que o logos, and the Word, in proston theon, was with God, or was towards God, que theos in o logos, and God was the Word. Que theos in o logos, and God was the Word. Enarchy in o logos, que o logos in proston theon, que theos in o logos. All right, so tomorrow we get to do some review. We'll review that, but then also the vocabulary that actually shows up in verse 2 is a lot of the same vocabulary that was in verse 1, so that makes it a little easier. And if you're starting out learning a lot of information like the vocabulary or the alphabet and everything all at once, that should kind of help make this a little bit easier for you. And I'm going to read verse 2 for you now. It is utos in enarchy proston theon. Utos in enarchy proston theon. Utos in enarchy proston theon. And we will pick that up and kind of go over that vocabulary and review verse 1 tomorrow. And then tomorrow we will move on to take a look at verse 3. And we'll kind of follow that same pattern of review, looking at a new verse or going over a new verse, and then looking at what will come the next day. And that will be this entire series. Hopefully I can keep up with it. You guys take it easy, and I will talk to you in the next video.